Like I played
I
the
played the shit
original
out of it.
games, Yellow, Gold, Silver, Pokemon Pinball, the card game. Like I played all that shit. Everything that had Pokemon, I played it.
Nerd.
Same, but
Poster
was
man.
it popular at your school?
Yes,
For,
I
for
played
me,
with other people at
the
my school all the time on every game that you can play with other
The,
people.
collecting cards at my school was really cool, but no one actually played the game.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
same.
no.
Same.
I remember
I don't think
collecting and
anyone
never
played the
playing.
game.
Yeah.
only because no one knew how to fucking play. Like,
The only
Yeah.
I
time
knew
I
people
ever
who
see
could
people
It was
play
so
is like
different.
currently nowadays go to a comic book store. There's people playing it. That's like the only time I ever see it played.
We played Yu-Gi-Oh, and then
Yep.
cards got banned at our school.
We played Yu-Gi-Oh and we played MTG actually.
Yeah, MTG was bigger for us, I think.
I didn't start Magic till I was in fucking college.
Yeah, I had a
I
pretty
was gonna say
sweet
though,
like
I'm
Worms and Dragons deck. It was awesome.
yeah, but like Waco and I are a little bit older than you guys, right? So
I'm a lot older.
33, 34.
I'm
I'm
33.
yeah, I'm 37.
33.
I'm 40.
I'm 37,
Yeah.
so
But see,
We just,
my
like-
brother's
I'm the young- I'm the
37.
youngest.
My brother's 37, and he's why I had Magic cards. So that makes sense.
Yeah, exactly.
right. Yeah, see that's what I mean. Like that like Magic was much bigger for
Yeah.
my grade.
Because I remember,
Magic was
like my
non-existent for
school,
me.
a lot of people played Yu-Gi-Oh. If there was a few people that played Magic. that I played with.
Oh, see, like you were the like Lyle was saying, like if you had Yu-Gi-Oh, you were not cool at my school. That's just how it was.
Not really.
No,
Oh,
no,
Yu-Gi-Oh
is
super
popular over here.
Yeah, if you were like a
The nerds,
Beyblade kid or something like that, like you weren't cool.
In the morning,
Yeah,
no, dude.
in the mornings in the
Beyblade was
cafeteria,
privileges.
I would hang out with there's like a bunch of Asian kids, and they played like every card game known to mankind. And so I would just go hop from table to table every day and play something different. Like
I guess
Domain
we're too
13
small
is one of
of
my
a
favorite card games
town.
ever, but I've never met anyone else that plays it outside of that school.
Yeah, but even
funny.
there, even at Hebron, those kids were considered the nerds and picked on. Like,
The Asians?
You-
No,
no,
Michael
just
Perkins was the nerd.
no, just like the card game kids.
That's
or
his
the
actual
Pokemon
name.
kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You went to
Michael
you went to
Perkins-
Hebron, Kyle?
Michael
dude.
Perkins
Oh, so
is a
did you,
loser.
Jacob.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think Kyle was there. I think.
What
were
year
you
did you
there
graduate?
As a senior when I was a freshman, or were you there like the year before I got there? I was 09.
I graduated 08, so I was 1 year ahead of you. What
Oh,
what
wow.
year?
Damn.
Oh wait, that was me.
Yeah.
I was 09.
Go baby.
Oh my god, my wife graduated 06 from Hebron.
09.
What's her
Yeah.
name?
Oh wait,
Nicole.
don't hate.
Duranzo.
I don't think I knew her.
Y'all had too many
Did-
people at y'all school.
What year
Right.
did you
It was a-
graduate?
Dude,
I graduated
my
05.
senior year there was over 1,000 freshmen.
You might have
Yeah,
known my
that's
brother
right.
Ross. I don't know. He graduated like 04.
No, Oh, I went to high school in Michigan.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nicole might have known my brother actually.
I think we've talked about it, and I don't think she might have known his name, but not really knew him.
Yeah, he was like I don't know. He was one of those kids I was in. Like he was like the main actor in all the theater shit, and like the musicals and
Loser.
stuff like that.
Manny, you're such a jerk, Manny.
Dude, I went to an arts
wasn't
high school
playing
for
sports.
dance.
I was in one act, man.
Oh, that's right. You did go to like an art school. That's right.
Yeah.
What happened, Manny? Why aren't you on Broadway, bro?
My balls
He's
dropped.
just collecting movies and TV shows now. That's where
You can still belt it. We went to karaoke, don't lie.
Oh yeah.
Dude, I missed karaoke.
That shit was fun.
When Welcome to the Black Parade came on and we were already pretty drunk. That was pretty awesome.
The worker was so pissed at us.
Yeah, we stayed like half an hour late.
We paid more than enough for that shit.
Dude, he's probably like an 18-year-old
Yeah, that was
like high
bullshit.
schooler too.
And we're like, hold on, it's one more, hold on. No, like we're almost done, it's one more.
Poor guy. Sorry, David.
Oh no, it's okay. Yeah, I guess we don't have Drew, so we can start whenever y'all are ready.
Jay. Right
What happened last time? Let's
Cinematic
recap.
right off the bat.
We finally
Yeah.
Square situation.
Yeah, you got to watch your human bomb situation. Your 1T bomb, sorry.
It went
Yeah, I
up
was about to
pretty
say,
well.
because the other one's a dwarf too, so that doesn't work in both ways.
Yeah. Flipped. But yeah, you got to watch your thing go off. And then what happened to y'all?
We went downstairs. Jen went out the door
Yeah.
with homebrew.
I escorted the dude, tried to make a move. Couldn't really have a window, so I ended up just going back and looted his desk, got some notes,
Mm-hmm.
shared that intel with someone who could make sense of it.
Yeah.
We
And,
got to the portal.
and it was like information, just like detailed info about
Logs.
who's crossing and when.
Right. You could tell that while people, or one, two, I guess, whatever, are definitely allowed to kind of cross back and forth, it's definitely pretty like regulated and kept tabs on. It's not like a free like door that people are just kind of walking in and out of.
Are you saying 1T aren't people?
You know what? I will go on the record.
Oh.
Not people.
Oh.
Clip
Not
it, chat.
people.
Clip it.
Dang.
Wow, damn, clip that chat.
Wow.
Canceled. David
Okay,
canceled.
well.
Damn.
First it was
You
Dr.
wanna get real
Disrespect.
bloody
I'm gonna
with
say
it.
it'll get all clouded underneath Dr. Disrespect. It's fine.
Yeah,
Too
what
soon.
what happened to that guy?
Not
What? I saw that he's getting
Pedo.
blown up, but what? He's a pedo.
Yeah,
It,
it's all
it came
over
out
it.
why he was banned from Twitch 4 years
Yeah,
ago.
all the way
The
back.
reason is because he was DMing a minor, like,
He went Drake.
yeah, full Drake mode. But why would
Oh.
you do it in the Twitch client? Like, how
Yeah,
fucking
that's-
dumb can you be?
And he
Dude,
finally
the
he
news
just
whisper
recently
preacher.
tweeted that he was
Dude.
about like did I message a minor last year? Yeah.
Yes.
But
But with no ill
I didn't
ill
I have no
intent.
idea what I was
Okay,
reading.
Okay,
I read
but
it.
Yeah.
but hear this though.
Mistake.
Someone
I was like, what is this guy
commented
saying?
that you can read like previous versions or edited tweets, and
Yeah,
he
he
had
removed
edited
it.
it out
Yeah.
minor like 2 minutes after he
Yeah.
posted it, and then
Then he
20
put it
minutes
back.
after he put it back. So clearly someone's like, that's a bad look, dude.
Yeah. And then it was like,
Yeah.
well, it's a bad look that you edited it out. He's like, fuck, I gotta put it back.
Yeah, you have to put it back.
It's
In
a
the same
it's a
tweet,
case
he's
study
saying
of
he
not
has
what
no
to do.
filter, right? And he's filtering.
It's
stuff.
so good.
So funny.
It's wild.
I love it.
Man,
It's
So-
it's
Okay.
crazy to see all these wildly successful streamers destroy their lives.
Well, it's funny
It's
because
just
like he
not
cheated
hard.
on his wife like 5 years ago or whatever.
Two
right?
times.
Yeah, like that's what I thought the last controversy was. Is like him and his wife are splitting.
Yeah.
That or
But-
taking
I'm glad
cameras into the
Boy Boy
bathroom
went
at
out while
Twitch
he was still on the
camp.
high and didn't. I know he had a little bit of weird shit at the end, but he was trying to
What
out
happened
other
at the
people that were
end?
messaging minors and shit, and like, so. I don't know, a lot of
Fucking
crazy shit with that stream
people.
stuff.
Yeah. You can't cancel me.
Don't diddle
Um,
kids, people.
David's
I'm
next.
dead.
Unstoppable.
He might be, David
don't
might be
diddle.
racist, but he's not a diddler.
But I'm not a diddler.
Some
Yeah, that's where I draw the line.
girl's gonna release all of his like dating mishap compilation.
Ooh.
That actually.
It's gonna put him down for life.
Yeah,
Gonna
that
get
would be
canceled,
good.
bro.
Never
Yeah.
gonna date again. Aren't you that
That'd be-
guy?
Nope. Goodbye.
Get out my car.
The next
Nope,
day it's
come on.
updated with, yeah, he just left the date. Started again.
Peace.
But yeah, we get to
so-
the portal and there's all these little placard things that tell
Uh-huh.
us where people are going, and we made the
Right.
decision to go to where it was least traveled, so we chose the river, and we
Mm-hmm.
took some of the plaques, jumbled up the rest of them, and then crushed the portal on our way through, so that it would confuse them.
Right.
Yeah, so we teleport. Now we're in Raptua, and we're at the river Seza.
Yes.
Seza.
Yeah. Sorry for these words, but I'm gonna have fun listening to y'all try to pronounce them. They have to sound snaky, so they have a lot of S's and
Zathethos?
G's.
What's that?
Yeah.
That's
Zathethos.
Yeah. Jari doesn't even try. He's just.
So yeah, y'all have made it to Raptua. Super exciting. Welcome back to everyone who's been here before. And did anything else really happen whenever y'all made it there? How did the session end?
Yeah. A couple things. Yeah,
Mhm.
it had the same system on that side, but with less.
Yeah.
It only had a few of the tablets.
Right.
And we, instead of going to one of the what we think would be one of the bigger cities, like the mid-sized city or even a bigger one, we said we'll go ahead and go check out the riverfront, where it seems to be a little town.
Did anyone?
Yeah.
Small.
Yeah, something like
anyone
that.
keep track of which
A
plaques we
baby?
kept?
I did not. I write good notes, but I don't write the right stuff, evidently, because I never write that stuff. Here, let me copy and paste the
we
list.
appreciate
that we-
the
Yeah, I see
honesty.
the full list, but I have no idea. I know Jokerez. I know we kept that one because it reminded me of Yokizos.
Mhm.
Yeah, we definitely have that one. I know that. We only kept 2 or 3 from the first place, right? The one we were going to. We took. Did we take the river?
Well, we had to take the river.
Oh, we took it.
No, we can't take the river because we had to
No,
leave
we
it in
couldn't
the.
take it.
Yeah, we had to
Yeah,
leave
it
it in
had
the
to-
spot to use it.
Oh, I thought you just meant the portal. Yeah.
I think we took the heart of Ubtao, didn't we?
Did we?
We took.
might
I
have.
thought we took the heart of Ubtao, Jokerez, and then whatever Darzular. Is that the most traveled one?
Yeah.
And then when we got through, there was. Which ones were there? Zadzadar.
Yeah, there were new ones that I don't fucking have.
Zadzadar. I think that was the other one we took, and then the Grand City one got thrown out into the forest by an angry dwarf.
Okay. So we have at least. We're saying we got Darzalar.
Let's just go with that list from now on. It's canon. I don't need to rewatch the last week.
Okay, David.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, Jokeris.
As long as the numbers equate, and from this point forward we say it is what it
Yeah.
is, then yeah, that's
Heart
fine.
of Ubtao. So I got the 3.
And
old
David,
ones.
you specifically said at the end of last session that the heart of Ubtao is just like a city. So if we go there again later and it's the heart of something, that's bullshit.
I don't think I said it was a city, but I did confirm it's not like
Animal.
a heart.
Okay.
What was
It's
the new ones? What was the new ones that we own now?
The Zazadar. I did copy paste that one in chat last week.
Oh, okay, I see.
So we have
Oh, that's a good
Zazadar
one. That's a good
and
one.
Rivers Zesa.
No, we
and
don't have the river
Darzular.
because we teleported to the river.
Okay, but we have Darzular and Zazadar.
We have. Hold on, I'm about to just post the full list. Hold on.
No, well, because Zazadar was. That's
Zazadar
the
was
old
on
one.
the other side of the current one we're on. We grabbed it. These are the 4 that we have.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
And actually, I would like to cut y'all here because
Okay.
I'd like for this conversation to be in character. And this is a good in
So
character
yeah, now
conversation.
it just shoots to Fail and Halbjorn, and we're having the exact same conversation. Yeah, so Zazadar was on the other side. That was on this one, and I point to the river.
Okay. Okay.
Grab that
Because
one
now that I'm
there.
looking at it, I can't remember which ones. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
So we have
Let me-
4 stones.
Right. We grabbed 3 from Grand City, and we grabbed another one from here because there's only 3 total. One was Grand City, one was Zazadar. I don't remember what the other one was. Oh, David put it up here. Hold on. Darzular, which we already had.
Yeah, we
So
can't
I
go
grabbed
through. You got-
Darzular, and I also just throw that out into the forest. I don't
Wait,
want
what?
anyone. I don't want. We have one of those. I don't want anyone else using this shit. You know.
Oh, so yeah, there was a Darzalar on both sides. Is what we're saying.
There was a
Right.
no. There's a duplicate. Yeah. Right.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, that makes sense, Yokeezus. My bad. Yeah. All right. I got.
Yokeezus.
I put my piece of paper up. Or not Yokeezus. Awkward. I am so sorry.
He's Hal.
Halbjorn.
He's Hal.
Yeah.
It's only
And
been like
so-
a couple weeks.
anything else that wants to be recapped or clarified? How did the session end?
We're going to the abandoned village.
We're going to the abandoned village.
Right.
Yeah.
And how did you
Eight-legged
learn about the
beasts.
village?
Drew casts voodoo bear magic.
Yeah, exactly. And what else did you learn from
As-
Spirit Bear?
There's a giant scary spider that's by the river. Or
An
no, I'm
eight-legged
sorry,
creature.
an
We
think
eight-legged
so.
creature.
Oh yeah, there was so much.
Spider.
You never know.
8-legged snake.
Yeah, there's a horrible
Ew.
8-legged creature by the river.
A king.
A king.
Third one.
And
I just wrote third one. There was a third one.
Wongo.
And a pure
Oh, wait.
evil Wonga. So there's
Oh
four
wait,
things he told.
and a skin nester. Skin nester. Is that the
That's
the
the
worst
third
ones.
one.
That's
I
the
got
king.
now 8-leg monster, king of jungle Sheddaron, a third one, and the pure evil of one
I
Wonga.
put this in the Malnova chat at some point,
Yeah.
and I think I looked all of those up, and we don't want to go to any of those.
Now let me
Think.
put that Shingle King stir there in my third one.
But they're also
that bad
going to be
boy back
different
in
in
the
David's world. So.
Oh, there's a part of me just wants to kill everything, while we're here.
And I believe, Andrew, you're correct in that. Y'all ended this session with saying, okay, we're here. Let's go down and explore the abandoned village that's down by the river, right? That the ancestral spirit kind of told you about.
Wait, David.
Mhm.
You've been playing this Down by the River song for like 2 years now. Is this why?
Man, wouldn't that be amazing if it was?
Damn it.
Was it?
All for this moment.
Yeah, anything else anyone wants to add?
No, I'm good. Y'all want to just head down there, or
Before we get into it, I do want to pull out a little bit behind the curtain and talk a little bit more about how this is all going to work. Because I talked to y'all a bit before y'all got to Rep 2, and now we're here, so you actually have to deal with it. So everyone at the top should see 2 new maps, Malatra and the river. You can navigate freely between these maps. I don't have them restricted from you. And so this map should be, I didn't actually test it, so I'm really hoping, all of it should be black.
Yep.
yeah,
Except for
I did.
2 hexes.
This is sick.
So this is our hex crawl. This symbol
Hell yeah.
here is going to be your party token. So it's going to track where you are. And as you explore, you will reveal more of the mysterious land that you're in. So for right now, you only have these 2 hexes revealed because this is where you teleported to. But in the future, let's say you want to navigate out of this hex that you're currently in. Let's say to like this hex. Can you see that ping?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Then you can do so. Each hex is 10 miles. And
Damn.
yeah, and each hex is going to be 12 hours to travel. It's not like perfectly realistic, but just to make numbers easy, that's how we're going to do it. And to reveal a hex that you have entered, you will have to roll a survival check. Someone to pass it. The only person that can roll this survival check is someone that has proficiency in survival.
I wonder who that is.
And so that
I
a
do.
successful survival check will allow you to actually chart that hex, which means I will then reveal it to you, and you will begin to unlock your map. Are there any questions on that?
Jesus
Amazing.
Christ.
Our two survivalists.
Well, I'm apparently half proficient, so.
That's very
Question.
funny. Yes.
Is there like a... Are we able to do like a visual check to see before we want to enter the full hex? Or is it like the only way it's exposed is if we walk into the hex?
The only way you can reveal it on your map is by actually mapping it. You can... I won't stop you from like trying to look ahead, like if you get to a really high point and you want to look and see if there's anything notable in the next hex.
Yeah.
I'll describe it to you. I'll tell you what
Okay.
you see, but
Yeah.
I will not reveal a hex until you have taken considerable time to actually map it out in character.
That's awesome.
Because I like the idea of this map that I'm going to reveal to you being the map that your characters are creating, right? So until your character draws it, I'm not going to reveal it because this is your map.
Yeah, this is so cool.
I'm glad you think
Super
so.
dope.
Oh yeah, I'll let you explain it. Yeah, next.
And so there's another kind of twist here in that you have 2 modes of transportation, right? You can walk, or you do have these waygates that link to unknown locations. So because of that, I'm going to give y'all the option to obviously do both. If you're feeling confident and you want to waygate somewhere that you have a key to, then I'm just going to move your token to where you waygated to. But the first time you go there, it's going to be blind. So it's kind of a risk-reward type thing. Or you can try to just hike it, right? And slowly reveal the map. That way, that will be safer, but slower. So porting to places will also reveal the map, kind of like you see here, but you won't reveal anything in between. It'll just be simply where you show up to.
Well,
Right.
personally, story-wise, we're trying to find something, and I don't know if teleporting to a bunch of cities is gonna help accomplish that. Like, we need to blanket where we're at, right?
I think there'll be times where it will make sense. We'll know.
Yeah,
when to-
I'm anticipating kind of a combination, right? It kind of gives you a fast travel
Yeah,
method.
or maybe we make it to a city that we can come back to this one and then
Exactly.
start a different direction or something.
somewhere else.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's kind of a built-in fast travel once you feel comfortable enough to do it. And there might be points where y'all just have to rip it and say fuck it and
Well,
waygate somewhere.
It's like
So
getting the towers in Zelda.
yeah, kind of like. So
You're gonna
this
get
is kind
Jacob's
of the
video demonetized. 'Cause so much editing.
Oops, sorry. So this is the macro view. Go to the next map, the river. This is a micro view. So there are going to be hexes revealed to you from the other map that will then have their own micro map, like this one. As you can probably imagine, all of the locations that you can travel to all have their own micro maps like this. So here you can see where you started. This is the, as some of you have pointed out, this is the structure that you waygated to. And then you have your token.
It just materialized in there. That was cool.
Yeah, magic. And so it's going to work the same way on this map. I'm hoping that all of it's black except for these 5 hexes.
Maybe.
You click it and look at the party health.
Yeah, that's a good point actually, Andrew. Thank you for saying that. If you double click the snake, the Ouroboros, it actually is an actual party token. It has all of your members in it, everyone's health.
Why is Fail Infinite? What is that?
Where
Oh, no.
Dang, she buffed up.
Dang, she got real buffed.
That's that doesn't
Okay.
show it for me. That's interesting.
It's like
No, it's
massive on
119
else's.
for me.
It just doesn't have a cap on it. Like it doesn't show out of any hit points for Hal
Mine
and
says
for Fio.
119, no problem.
Yeah, that's weird.
Jump off the
Um,
cliff.
But it's just kind of a quick view. But so for these micro maps, it works the same way, where you have to enter a hex and reveal it and map it with a successful survival check to actually reveal it for you to have mapped. So what that can mean is that you might enter a hex and you fail the survival check and it is not revealed to you, but you have to continue anyway. And that just means that hex won't be mapped for you, but the next one might be. So you can still kind of gather your bearings. On this map, each hex is an hour. So a little bit different travel-wise.
Are all maps
Nice.
roughly the same?
They'll all be roughly the same scale.
Will every macro hex have a micro hex?
No, only
Okay.
Points
kind of significant places, right?
Okay, cool. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
what I figured.
but if you're gonna travel from one significant place to another, it will probably do it all in the macro map until you reach
Yeah.
the next
Right.
location.
Yeah, that's cool.
So this is kind of the map that we're gonna be spending our time on while you're in this area, because it is your River Sessa map. Traveling is going to come with its own kind of risks. We aren't going to do like crazy resource tracking or anything like that. Like I'm not going to track y'all's food or anything like that. The one thing I am going to track is y'all needing to drink. You need water. And so that is one thing that I am, well, I guess some of you need water. That is one thing that I am going to be tracking for you. is that you must have drank a gallon of water a day before you long rest. If you long rest without drinking a gallon of water, then you will suffer from 1 exhaustion when you wake up. So be mindful of the water. This is kind of to reinforce the idea that you are in a foreign place with harsh weather. It's not lethal weather in that it's like super cold, but it's more so you are dredging through a rainforest in all of your gear. And so I kind of want you to be mindful of that for both roleplay and mechanics. But beyond that, there's nothing else I'll be tracking except for that. Are there any questions on that?
Yeah, do we have a small amount of original rations, right? Like I know
Sure.
I mentioned
Yeah, you mentioned it to me.
Yeah.
And all of you in your inventory should have like water skins and stuff like that. If you don't, I can add them. So it's not as though you're unequipped, but yeah.
So it's just one pull of the water skin, because technically one charge from a water skin is only a pint of water, right? So you need
I
to
would
drink
say
8 times.
let's say then just 4 charges of a water skin a day.
Okay.
Empty out your water
Can we
skin
do
a day.
all 4 of them.
Mm-hmm. That would be 4
That
charges
makes
of your
sense.
water skin.
I need
Yeah.
a water scan.
I only have 3
Um,
charges of my water scan.
What I also like about this is that while it can be kind of annoying, it allows for other spells, for instance, to actually gain a lot of value.
Oh, yeah.
Spells like Create Water, Good Berry, Hero's Feast.
Juicy.
These kind of spells that normally are just kind of flavor actually become quite valuable.
I wonder
and
who could do that.
And that's something I kind of want to reinforce in this kind of hostile environment, right?
Dang, I got create food and water as a spell, everybody. I can create
Perfect.
30 gallons of water.
It sounds like Jaryu will be very useful. Survival, water. What do you even need a druid for? I'm kidding, Manny. Kidding.
Okay. Okay. No, yeah, Dre, you got it.
Hey, I was saying juicy good berries.
Thanks, Jordan. I don't need
Juicy
food or
good
water,
berries.
but thank you.
I got Jen.
That's funny.
So I guess I don't have like a water skin. I have rations in my thing. If you want to mess with that later. You know, I don't know.
You should have a water skin. Does anyone else not have a water skin in their inventory?
I don't.
Let me check.
Okay.
I have a
I
snake
give mine
skin
to
water skin,
Hobjorn.
but it only has
Okay.
3 charges. I don't know if that matters.
Oh, it
You
only has
just had
3.
plenty of them. You had like 8 of them.
Let me.
They came from one of the things we killed.
I'm gonna put
I
a
have-
water skin in everyone's inventory because I don't think that you would come here without one.
They were the
Thanks, David.
Racellith. There were those.
Yeah.
I have one called the water skin of corrupted water.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
that was with the Racellith thing. You could like do something with your dice with it, right?
Yeah, on a successful save, the creature is immune to the foul water for 24 hours. On a
Yeah, I
failed
gave
save-
you a normal one.
Okay.
I don't know. That one's kind of cool.
That one is cool, but be careful.
I drink the assassin's blood.
Willingly.
Okay, everyone has a water skin now. Are there any questions over those travel mechanics? I know it's like a little different, a little new, so
No, I think I'm good.
cool. I think that's all the preview that I have. So if no one else has any other questions or anything like that, I'm gonna go to make this our active scene, and we can go ahead and get started.
Watch, next session is going to be encumbrance, and then it's going to be somatic
Easy.
components.
Exactly.
Oh, that is loud.
We're slowly
Yeah, it's
becoming
very
hardcore
loud.
D&D.
Slowly. Yeah, don't forget you can turn this down on your end because I know it's actually quite loud. So the group of you are at the kind of the top of this plateau of sorts, right? You can see out for quite a bit of distance into the rocky outcrops of the jungle below you. There is a path forward, a kind of it's not well defined, but at one point it looks as though there might have been a road that cuts down below you into the jungle. As you follow this road, you can see it leads you down an elevation. You're, like I described, you're at the top of this kind of rocky plateau, and to get to the river, you have to descend from it downward to reach the actual forest floor.
Can we see the abandoned village from where we're at?
You cannot, no. You believe that it's probably kind of underneath the canopy. You can see kind of far off in the distance the shining of water from the sun that would make you think that it's the river. But beyond that, details are kind of hard to see. What you can see is off in the distance a large mountain range that is not so far away. It's pretty awe-inspiring, the way that the mountains poke up behind the tree canopy. And to that end, as you kind of look around your full view, you can see that you're in a rather kind of mountainous area. Notwithstanding the plateau that you're currently on, there are several different tall mountainous spires that poke up from above the trees. Probably in almost every direction you look, there are kind of isolated columns, towers of stone that kind of show off these rocky outcroppings.
Hobjorn is sweating up a storm right now.
It's hot.
Von Reek's hot, but it's not the heat, it's the humidity.
Yes.
That's always what gets you.
Gets you. That's what gets you.
That's what
Never the
gets you.
heat.
It's a wet hot.
Yeah, he's like
Which
wiping
way
off his
did-
brow.
Is the abandoned village?
You would put it on your... Sorry,
David, I
Ryan?
can't get this.
I was asking in character.
What did you say, Waco?
I can't get the sound to turn down at all. It's so
Just
loud.
hover over the video in the
Yeah, you should have
boundary
a.
and
Oh,
then there's
that's
volume.
why I'm going to the wrong place again. Okay, I forgot. We got a new thing. Oh, thank
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, that was
Oh,
part of that
okay.
update. The video's down there.
Yeah, I forgot. Okay. Apologies.
No, it's okay.
Continue.
Oh yeah, I forgot you could do it.
I think-
then there too.
Yeah, do it from the actual YouTube video.
That's
To
cool.
answer your question, Kyle, I think the abandoned village was to the west, if the river's to our west, right?
Yeah, I remember it being towards the not at the river's bank, but towards the river.
Yeah.
Yeah, because now we actually have a map to reference it on. You, I think that you would be able to place the river the village, because I think the village was provided to you by the ancestral spirit. It would be northeast of your current position.
Okay, I was using the
And
macro map.
I don't think that's what I told you last time, so it's because the map wasn't created yet.
I don't remember, but does Hallbjorn remember what the bear said?
Yeah, Hallbjorn remembers what the bear said.
Alright, yeah, it's like northwest, guys. That's what the bear
East.
said. Northeast. So, up this way. So,
All right, should we move one slot east?
do it.
Before we do, should we try to map this area? That's why I rolled my survival. check.
Hallbjorn has been mapping.
We already have.
This one
Okay.
you get for freezies.
Okay.
The first one you get for freezies, so you don't have to look at a
Hallbjorn
black
is
guy.
actually mapping this to like eventually turn back into like the Arcane College. Like he's drawing
Mhm.
maps of Rep to it. This was his plan coming here for sure. He's a scholar, right?
Fucking
Of
cartographers.
course.
Fucking nerds.
And whenever this is all said and done, I'll show y'all all the revealed maps, because I think you'll enjoy them.
Should we travel east? Because it looks like there's cliffs behind us to the straight north.
Yeah, I think let's follow this tree line.
Yeah.
Yeah, wrap around. All right.
Go here.
Pick
Yeah.
up bags.
Now, can we map this spot here before we go
No.
to it?
No, you have to enter it and then you map it.
Okay.
Beautiful.
And is that something we can all try for, or is it like limited?
Only if you're proficient in survival.
Okay, so that would mean Aslos, myself, and who else? Manny, you were
Not
proficient.
me.
I'm half
Not me.
proficient. I don't know if I'm worthy of the roll.
Really?
Yeah, I have plus
Yeah.
5. So
Yeah,
I have plus
that would be
7.
enough. That'd be enough, Manny.
okay.
Thunder, excuse me.
Do we each individually roll it or just
Mhm.
whoever?
Yeah, you can all try. So, specify for me which hex that you're trying to enter. This one here?
Are we
Perfect.
just trying to see the hex before we go in there with this check?
No, he says we can't do that.
Can't.
No,
Yeah,
we're
so
gonna
what's the
enter in it
Survival check
regardless.
for-
That-
And
It's
it's gonna be
after we
mapped.
go there, then we can map it and like
Map
have it on
it.
our map permanently.
Okay.
Yeah,
We're
we need a
gonna enter in
surveyor.
the hex no matter what.
If we
but
all
we're
fail
not
the
gonna
survival
map
check,
it unless we pass this.
yeah, if we all fail the
Right.
survival check, it remains black.
Oh.
Right. It's essentially the equivalent of y'all getting lost.
Like
And so you can continue moving and you can keep going through all the hexes.
Yeah,
It
next
doesn't
is the
stop
next
you.
one.
It just you can't get a bearing necessarily of where you are.
Beautiful.
Yep.
Okay, so the group of you continue kind of that northeast direction. As you pass over these cliffs, you're kind of moving downwards, right? You're descending down the cliffside, finding little paths here and there. Like I said before, you can kind of find where at one point there would have been like kind of roads etched out into the stone. You can kind of see some wear marks here and there, but it's been so long abandoned that it almost doesn't help you in any way. And the group of you descend into the darkness. And as you reach the base of the cliffs, you actually begin to walk through the forest floor, where there are ferns, plants, flowers. You can feel the crunch of dirt now underneath your boots instead of the stone plateau above, and the air begins to become actually quite heavy, even more so than you thought was bad up in the cliffs. And as you do so, Jar, you and Thunder begin to map out your current position. You're taking notes of any notable like trees that you might see, any stone structures, and you basically create for yourselves a reference of where you are from where you've been, right? To be able to recognize this little plot of land from before. And so because yes?
I look over at Hellburn and say, "Who's the scholar now?" As I'm notating my map.
I look over his shoulder at his like shittily drawn map, and I draw like a better version
Italy.
of it.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, Halburn, you can clean that up, right?
Yeah. He gets the main parts. I'll make it look nice.
Okay, thanks. I appreciate that.
And the group of you notice that there is a small river, even where you are now, running through the forest. It's not large at all, perhaps 3 to 4 feet wide, but it is flowing from a source up in the cliffs that you were previously at, and you can see it flowing forward.
Do we want to follow the stream?
Yeah, I mean, if it's
This
as
way
long
or
as we're
this-
not going too far east,
Well,
right?
isn't that's where the eight-legged creature is, right? This is a stream. I know it's not the river, but
They also tell you when you're lost in the woods to stay close to the source of water, right?
yeah.
Let's go.
But when the
let's go-
source
let's
of
go-
water is next to like an eight-legged beast thing, it might be different.
Fair.
Well, I don't remember ever talking about the beast and the Seine, but the Seine is definitely water for sure.
I mean, if
Yeah, I
there's
say-
like 4
let's-
bears on the river, you probably won't keep walking up the river. So
I think it wouldn't hurt to go one more, like
Yeah,
just a little,
let's do it.
go a little
Which way,
further
this
down,
way?
and then
This way?
maybe
Follow
cut
the
to
river up,
north.
yeah.
Before we
Yeah.
do, I'm gonna take a drink from my flask and refill it in the river here.
Good idea.
Wait,
Same.
Sam, is that
Does
river?
the
Is that
water
water?
look
Is,
clean?
This river does, because it's running actually quite rapidly. It's definitely
Okay,
flowing
I'll-
water.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
I'll also
chug.
take some, and then I'll shape water into my what you call it, my water skin.
And Thunder, it looks as though you cast a good berry.
Yeah, go ahead and cast Goodberry.
Ooh.
I don't have my detect, poison disease ready for today, so I'm
Mhm.
just gonna play it safe and cast Goodberry and hand everyone a berry.
Oh, very sweet.
we never
yeah,
need
it's a full
food.
meal.
We have good berries.
Yeah, we all laughed at the good berry until now.
Well,
Single berry
I
in
walk,
my
I walk.
pocket.
I'm passing him out, but then I see Juryu, and I remember that he was boasting about his create water spell, and I was like, "Are you? Do you want one? Are you sure? Because I think you were able to. You don't need one, do you?"
And I snatch it away immediately because Jaryu is broke and constantly looking for food off the ground. So like,
I am
course he's gonna
doing.
take it.
What's the check to see if he snatches it? What?
You can do a sleight of hand check to see if you
Yeah,
are able to withhold it.
I'm doing this.
Oh,
I got a point.
haha!
And Thunder, at the last second, you curl your little paws over your little toe beans and pull it back.
Yeah, but then after I pull it back, I gave it to him.
Yeah, I was gonna say I slump my shoulders and make him try to feel guilty, and I'll roll a performance check for that if you want.
Yeah, let's see the performance check.
No, I want to check to see if I can tell if I. Yeah, whatever.
You know, he's faking it.
Yeah.
Insight check.
Yeah,
it'd be an
insight check. Okay.
check. Mm-hmm.
All over a good berry exchange.
He looks actually quite sad about it, Thunder.
Fine. Yeah, Thunder doesn't know any better. My guy would know.
And you give him a little good berry.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, cheer up.
Thanks.
All
I'm
right.
sorry.
Let's travel up. That one.
This is our vote.
Okay.
We're all rolling again.
Check. Nice.
Oh yeah, boy.
It was like 919.
Yeah, Jar, you and Thunder, despite your previous grievances, actually worked together quite well in tracking this small river's course and revealing the next text that you discover. This next text is a lot of the same. You're in a dense jungle canopy. You're following this small stream downwards. One thing of note here is a very large rock column that kind of stretches out from the canopy below. It's kind of a white marble-ish color, and it's very pretty. But that's about it.
I'm gonna use my stonemason skill, my mason skill with nature check. Still terrible, but
I'm gonna use a
can I
history check.
can I identify the stone?
Yeah, and how
Sure.
tall is this thing?
This thing is, I mean, it's like a small mountain. You can kind of see the size of it
I like
here.
to think that
It's
Jar, you
quite
and I
large.
are
Yeah.
not like arguing, but like talking back and forth about what kind of rock this is.
Yeah, sure. The two of you kind of come to the realization it's not marble, but it's granite. Probably volcanic in nature. That jutted out with the rest of these rock formations that was then isolated. Beautiful piece of stone though, as it stretches out above the trees and kind of casts a shadow over the group of you. You rolled a nature check.
Yeah, I see them like intensely looking at this fucking rock that I think is just a rock. So I'm like, is this more than a rock? So I'm just checking it.
And as I walk by Thunder, unprovoked, like I don't know Thunder's thinking this, I was like, God, that's a beautiful rock.
Yeah, and
I'm like, why is this better?
I just slap that bad boy and I go, that's a good stone.
That's
Yeah.
a nice boulder.
Yeah, and Thunder, you I mean, it's impressive.
I'm
but-
trying to find a loose rock next to the big rock so I can pocket it because it must have some kind of value.
Yeah, you certainly would be able to find one.
Hell yeah.
And we're gonna be like, what can I do with this tiny piece of granite?
And then I also find 2 more pieces for Jaryu and for Halbjorn.
Oh, thanks.
The big piece we can make a sweet column out of it, or a statue, or tables. You're gonna give us a little rock.
Yeah. Because y'all seem like it was really nice. So I want to, make sure y'all have a piece.
There was nothing like weird. The rock looked natural, like it didn't seem out of place or anything.
Yeah, no, I think it would seem natural. And I mean, to call this a rock is a little.
A piece of a mountain or a plateau.
Yeah, it's giant, so it's not like a boulder.
Yeah, you're looking up at
Yeah.
like
It's a
100
formation.
foot.
A formation. That's a good word for it. Yes.
It would
Jenny,
be
you
a
rolled a
viewing
survival check.
area on the side of the highway.
Yes.
Great.
What
rock,
was your
y'all.
survival check for, Jen?
I was gonna see if there was any like game I could hunt, but
Interesting. Yeah, as you kind of look out in the forest to see if there's any kind of like wildlife, kind of like you mentioned, you really don't see any kind of big game. You hear kind of what you hear in this audio, like tons of bird calls, the sounds of bugs and whatnot, but nothing like no mammals that you can see, which maybe would be a little disappointing food-wise, but
bugs are
No, we
good.
got good berries.
got good berries, got bugs.
Yeah, any like
and so-
bird or rodent or whatever types of tree that I see, I'm jotting down like
Sure.
I'm describing it or trying to draw a picture of it if I can.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. And to remind you at this point, y'all have been hiking for about 3 hours, right? As you've traveled through 3 hexes. So just to keep you kind of in a frame of mind, role-playing wise, y'all are, while this is going quickly, and for once in your player's mind, it's really not.
Yeah, that's a good chunk of the Stormlight Archives book for sure.
Yeah. Get that audiobook going.
That's when I listen to them.
What
Do we
time
wanna-
was it when- What time was it when we came across? Because it's a different place altogether.
Well, yeah, for ease of things, we're going to say it was noon, or no.
Because it was around noon something when we
Yeah,
started our
'cause-
plan.
Right. We
Yeah.
started the 10 a.m. was when the guy went off.
So
with
I
the,
think
the
we
bomb.
got here
Yeah.
like dusk. Like
And-
the sun's starting to go down, I guess.
Yeah, it's definitely hours off from where we came. So
Yeah,
It's summertime,
I'm
and
trying to
let's
think
say
of...
that the sun's going down like in an hour.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of how time zones might work in this world. I'll have to reflect on that later. We're gonna say, yeah, we're gonna say it is 6 p.m. at this point. Just
Where are we at on the
to
Prime
give you a
Meridian as
time.
opposed to Grand City?
Yeah, I'm trying
Yeah.
to like.
how much
You're quite a
sun do
bit-
we have?
You're quite a bit easy. You would need to roll me a nature check for that.
Right. Yeah, I'll look over it. Thunder, do you have any idea what time of day it is exactly? Like how much more sun we got left?
Where's Iku?
Looking
We need
around.
him. Not
I'm
like
looking. Would that be nature or survival?
I would allow either, honestly.
Yeah, you're from here, right? So
Just don't ask.
Yeah, I'm
Loki
definitely
Lou to
from
find
here.
out what time it is.
Yeah, Thunder, you looking up at the stars. Not really the stars. Looking up at the sun.
I was
in
like,
the
damn,
sky.
get dropped quick.
You would believe that the group of you probably have about 3 more hours until it is like night, right? That would involve the sun falling and whatnot, and some low sunlight hours. But until it is dark, you have 3 hours.
Dave, as soon as you described what I was gonna do,
Mhm.
I envisioned Thunder standing up, having his fingers out into the horizon, and then as soon as you started speaking, I saw the sun totally just drop, and then the stars came out.
Like a cartoon.
Yeah, I got
And night.
a couple of seconds. Yeah, it's nighttime already.
Couple of seconds.
And then I don't know if you saw, I also cast Druidcraft to see
okay.
what the weather's going to be like for the next day, for the next 24 hours.
Oh, very cool. You and we'll say you kind of do this Druidcraft while you are looking to see how much sunlight hours are left.
Mhm.
And as you kind of look into the sky, and the sky speaks back to you, the weather's going to remain pretty consistent for the next 12 hours or so, until tomorrow late morning, when it's going to begin to rain.
And since I have extra good berries, I bury one in the dirt, and I say thank you, Alargian, and I offer her a little
Did we
tribute.
bring? Maybe we should start trying to. Well, before nighttime, we should maybe think of some ways of keeping gear dry while we're walking around in rain.
So out of game, did we bring gear, tents and stuff? I mean, or are we just I know Clay was working on stuff, right? She knew the plan ahead of time, so I'd like to think she had some.
Yeah, I'm comfortable with saying that y'all have like basic camping supplies. Like we'll say that y'all have like each of you have like a tent pack that's part of like your pack.
Nothing fancy.
Nothing fancy. I would say it's like almost as bare as it comes, just to lighten your load as much as you can, like getting here, right? with the idea that once you're here, you can adapt and kind of survivor man it.
Okay, so if it's 3 hours, we can go and I like this being behind us. I kind of like this rock, but y'all want to do a little bit of exploring and see if we can find a place. I don't want to travel at night. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, it's probably not a good idea to travel at night in an unfamiliar area. But
How much more daylight do we have? Like 1 hour, or is this it?
3 hours.
3 hours until total night.
Definitely do some more exploring. I'm not saying let's stop
so
here.
like on the
but-
third hour, it's going to be not very bright outside. It's going to be like.
So we shouldn't
twilight
travel for 2
time.
hours straight
See very
and
well.
look for a campsite, right? Like either here or something we find in the next
Well, let's
hour
check
or
out
two.
the next area.
Yeah.
And if that has something we feel safe with, we can pitch there or just come back here.
Yeah, I say we push
I
forward.
like it.
Do we want to go straight west, or do we want to go straight, or do we want to go northwest?
I thought we're still following the.
We want
Oh,
to
yeah,
go
we know
north,
where to go.
northeast. So I think either one of these two would be the smarter options.
Can we not go this way?
Well, I mean, that's kind of like there's a big giant granite pillar there, right?
Well, that's what I'm asking. I don't know how it works.
Yeah.
If
We could wrap around it a little bit. But
So pretty much any hex is available to another hex. Don't let a structure here say you can't travel there. I'll let you know if there's like a mountain that you can't travel past. But like this
it's not
formation.
In other words, it's not like a cliff wall. That is like a giant rock. Like we can walk around.
Yeah, it's like an outcropping.
All right, let's do that one then.
Up here.
Up right. Top
Yeah.
right. Okay.
Northeast.
Yeah, because remember it's northeast, so we don't want to go straight northeast. But it still puts us on the right path. I'm just saying, keep that in mind.
I
for future hexes.
think we need to start heading up north before we go east
Plus,
again.
we can always pitch our tent there. So.
Yeah, the group of you head this way. You can see the giant outcropping kind of always up above you as you circle basically around its base, kind of like right here-ish. And as you do so, you stray from the small stream behind you that was running as the sound of rushing water gets quieter, and you head deeper into the jungle itself. As you head deeper into the jungle, you can begin to hear more mysterious sounds calling out to you. These are deeper, louder sounds. No longer the cries of birds or the white noise of insects, but what any of you would recognize as the calls of a larger animal. I would like for everyone to roll a perception check for me as you begin to breach into the jungle deeper.
Let's go.
Oh, man, what exactly do we know is out there?
Man, these perception checks are incredible.
We're locked in.
Yeah, no kidding. I'm proud of each and every one of you.
Can't say shit through all these trees.
He hates his place. But the rest of you can hear from your northwestish as you push deeper into this hex, the sound of running water once again. Different from the sound that you had heard earlier. Behind you now.
So it's now 7 o'clock. Wait,
Right.
no, it's now like 9. Well, we started at 6 o'clock.
Yeah, 6 o'clock in this hex, sorry. So now it's 7 o'clock.
Okay.
So, as we go around this mountain, is it just a normal mountain? That like nothing suspicious about this mountain?
You can
No,
roll
it's
me
just
a
good stone.
perception check if you would like. If you would like, are you looking for anything in particular?
I'm just like, it's just we're in a weird, strange land. Just
Sure.
making sure it's not
Sure.
gonna like explode or something.
You
Ventus
you
is-
kind of fly up a little bit, Ventus. You not all the way, obviously, because that would take quite some time, but just a little higher than eye level, to see if you can glean anything else that perhaps would maybe kind of attract your attention. One thing that does attract your attention on this outcropping is maybe about 100 feet up on it are large scratch marks in it, like claws that have kind of dug into it. They don't look necessarily fresh, but they definitely don't look as though they were hiding in any way. And so that's something kind of to note.
I just keep that to myself and just like move on.
Yeah, and you meet up with the rest of them that are kind of down here in the middle of this jungle.
So we have 2 more hours of. We really don't want to be traveling in the last hour. I know we still have some sunlight for that hour, but
if we travel,
we can probably go like 1 more hex out, and then we'd have to come back to this one, or we can go back to our previous one.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you want to trek this one?
We're gonna do that,
Yeah.
and then we come back here and we'll set up next to the rock.
So,
But there's a chance we
is
can
right.
camp in the place we go.
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
For sure. But
So you want to do that
don't
one?
want to be trying to explore new stuff in like twilight time.
I agree.
All right, before we go on, like I'm looking around. There's some good spots here. I mean, we're still kind of up against the other side of that, that rock.
Yeah.
There's a. Okay.
If for whatever reason we go to this new area and it's too confusing for us to map, then we can always come back here and rest.
For whatever
Yeah.
reason.
Okay. Nice. Oh, take another drink of the water.
Just some geometry that's a little
Yeah, just
a little too tough.
All right.
Okay, the group of you press forward. I guess I'll move you here.
Manny.
Yes. Roll your survival.
You better do good.
Or did I? Yeah. No, we needed it. Good.
Yeah,
Good
nice
job.
Thunder. You pay attention, Thunder, and just a second, please.
Uh-oh. That means death.
Uh-oh.
So, as the group of you push forward, you can hear even more loudly the rushing of water. And as you reveal this hex and begin to map out its content, the kind of visual keys that you see, the landmarks that stick out to you, I think what would be the most apparent physical feature that you see here, especially you, Thunder, as you begin to map this out, is the fact that this is where it appears that the confluence of a major river meets the small stream that you were tracking earlier.
Yeah, I knew that word.
You watch as the stream spills into a large river. This river is probably 20 to 25 feet across, with a powerful current rushing through it. The small stream, presumably the one that you saw earlier, is kind of slowly filtering into this very large river. And I would like for everyone to roll me a perception check as the group of you kind of walk onto this this intersection of water.
Still can't see shit.
Let's go. I'm lucky.
Ventus, you would see that at where these two rivers meet is a what appears to be structures. There are large reed buildings that sit on stilts of sorts over the water. These buildings are connected by reed, kind of like piers that that also stretch out over the water.
Guys, there's just building or small structures over there.
Where?
You think that's the place?
And you would think that it's probably like maybe 200 yards away, kind of faint in the distance, but surely recognizable. There's probably 12 to 15 little reed buildings that you can see sitting on the water.
When you say 150 feet, is that like one hex?
No, it would be within this hex.
150 feet better not take us an hour to hike.
Yeah. More realistically, y'all would be like kind of like here, and this these buildings you would see like kind of like at the other end of the hex kind of deal.
I don't know. It looks like a small village.
Decisions, yeah. Do we want to check it out now or in the morning?
I think we camp here?
I'm game.
Like in the trees?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to be right next to water for camping in case predators come drink some. We don't know what
Well,
the fuck lives here.
well, I assume we can have someone on watch. Oh,
Yeah, we got enough
Yeah, it's
people.
still better to
Definitely.
camp in the trees than to camp out in the open next to a river.
Yeah, man, I'm gonna cast wherever we end up deciding to be. I'm gonna cast hallucinatory terrain, basically to where we're invisible. Like I'm basically gonna mirror what's currently there. So even what's the 150 foot? So I'm even gonna make sure that even our footprints, even any piece of grass or branches that we messed with that looks interrupted, I'm making sure the illusion makes it seem like nothing's been touched in the 100-foot radius.
Great. Yeah. It can't change your tent, it looks like, or the group of you, but you absolutely can mask any kind of disturbance that was done, any trees that y'all fell, any bushes that are cleared, anything like that would absolutely be masked by this hallucinatory terrain that does last for 24 hours. And so y'all kind of have free reign to do any kind of terraforming that you wish to do within this radius.
Yeah, definitely put some trees and bushes up in front of us.
And that's a good point. That's a good point, Fayo, that you can kind of mask the group of you by having more trees around you to kind of shelter.
Yeah, so we're talking about setting up camp. Does anybody want to go investigate that, or we just wait for the morning, do it all as a group? What do y'all want to do?
I think we'd go as a group.
Yeah.
I think it'd be ill-advised to split here right now. We don't know anything about where we're at.
Yeah, it's been a long
We
day.
know there's some powerful shit out there. We don't want to be split and then run into that. In my opinion.
100%. Okay.
Split like from one hex to another maybe at some point, but right now it's probably not smart.
While they're having this conversation, Thunder, you are kind of taken off guard by a kind of like a wafting, a beautiful scent of flowers.
Oh, I'm interested.
It just kind of feels like your note, like you just take like a deep breath and it's like, wow, it's beautiful.
Who's the closest person to me?
Who of you would want to be the closest to Manny or Thunder? Excuse me.
Use my government name.
I'll always be a little kid. I'll roll a die or take it. What y'all want to do? What's going on?
Well, like it doesn't matter because like I'm basically like not even looking around me. I'm too busy trying to focus in the direction of the scent, and I'm just like, anyone else smell that?
And as he mentions it, the rest of you would be able to smell it.
What do we
Is that like nice flowers smell?
Does it smell the same? Like smell good to all of us?
Oh yeah, no, it's wonderful.
What is that?
I want to know.
What kind of wonderful? Like a sweet or just?
Just like a really like aromatic, like
Could we recognize?
Yeah,
what
like
it
it's. No, it's not that specific. It's more just like goodness, like someone kind of lighting a candle and you just being like, wow, like that smells really nice.
I'm
I
suspicious.
take one step closer.
I'm a little suspicious too.
Yeah, no, I think that's fair.
I mean, when I go on hikes, I smell lavender like all the time. It's not weird to me.
I just start setting up my camp. I'm trying to make
I like
like
you're
a
metagaming.
Don't go too far off.
Yeah.
hammock.
Just
Just
stay
I'll,
in the
My
tree.
life experiences.
I'll be a lookout and just start. Try to
Before
find
I
a
go
high
to bed,
point.
I'm gonna go around and cast alarm all around. I'm gonna cast it 4 times around our camp.
Okay.
Before everyone goes to bed, because I don't want anyone triggering it while we're.
Sure, that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, y'all kind of set up your security and whatnot, and you camp down in the jungles of Raptua. Do y'all visit at all, or is it mostly a solo affair as you all kind of have your own little sites?
I think I'd be chatting, like asking Thunder if this part of Reptua reminds him of home, or like how it's different from his where he grew up.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely talking about just how comfortable I am, how happy I'm kind of back at home, and at the same time, slightly disappointed and sad. Now I'm depressed.
About what?
Oh no, Thunder.
Yeah,
Why is that?
I go through a huge mood change. Well, I'm like, well, last time I was here was with my father, and then I left him, and now he's dead because of me.
No, that's not true.
No, it is. He came for me, and it resulted in his death.
I mean, but that was his choice to make, just like your choice to leave was yours. I don't think you should be, sad that he's gone. You got to be happy for the good times.
Wait, Thunder, does that mean once we're finished here, you're gonna stay in Raptua? You're supposed to be the king now, right, or something?
Oh shit!
I say this from like on top, from like a tree.
Wait, you're king of the jungle now. I didn't even think about that.
I mean, there has to be a whole event planned, and there's a whole process.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when the war's over.
When's your coronation?
I'm stressing the fuck out right now with all these questions. I'm like rubbing my hair, my hands through my fur, and like obvious clumps are coming out. I'm like, dude, I don't know, man. Like, I don't really know what I want to do yet. Like,
do you have an idea of like what part of Raptua were you even in?
Died, so like,
yeah, I'm pretty fucked up about it.
If that makes you feel any better, Thunder.
I mean, it does it a little bit.
You can drink about it if you want. And I hand him a glass of the alcohol that I pulled out before I go to bed.
I'd take a sip.
What does it taste like?
What is it supposed to taste like?
Like moonshine, like the most grainy of grainy alcohol that you can get your hands on.
Yeah, I am dry heaving.
Now that we're finally in like, I know it's like the tense moment because we're in this area we don't know, and like there could be like creatures and shit out there. I do feel way more relaxed than when we were in Grand City, because that was like you're surrounded by enemy, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So I go sit down next to Jen and I pull out my Ember Sledge. Is that what I called it? The good tobacco.
Oh hell yeah!
Shit in my pipe. And Ember Mold. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I
remember that mold.
I'm continuing to like, I'm like redrawing some things that I drew earlier in haste. Like I'm trying to get them a little more detailed, and like add a little more notes to things, and I'm just kind of listening while I'm smoking on that and passing it to Jen.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Continue, Jen.
I was just gonna I'm token on that shit and like making minor comments about the map and what I think the layout needs to change, like relative to the river or whatever.
Well, what do you think we should do, Jay?
Well, I can't see shit with all these trees, so I think you're mostly right, but just here and there.
We could burn them down.
All of them?
No, that can cause way too much. No.
No, I'm not seriously suggesting that.
All of them?
You keep that continual flame pretty low too, right? Like, don't get too hot.
And I think that
it's like a torch, so it's pretty small. It's not very big.
Oh, it's a torch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's just enough to kind of like flicker and light our faces up just a little bit. But it's not like a raging bonfire kind of thing.
And I think that despite kind of the environment that the group of that you are all in, it's kind of cozy in a way. Like you described earlier, Hobjorn, you aren't really like cognizantly surrounded by enemies, so you can relax a little bit and talk with one another, joke, eat. It's kind of like camping with friends. A lot more is on the line, but I think it would be pleasant, kind of in a way, compared to what y'all have had to go through. As the group of you are all just kind of sitting around and talking, I would like a perception check for the group of all of you. And Jin, you also rolled a survival check.
Yeah, I was thinking like I wanted to double check just to look for signs of any kind of sign of Yanti presence, just to not be caught on our laurels.
Yeah, you kind of look around the immediate area and you don't see anything that seems visible to you. Oh my god, these perception checks. Jar, you casted Find Steed.
Yeah, it's a new spell that I realized I have. And I want to find my steed, which is a mastiff.
A mastiff, excellent. You summon a. What does it look like as you summon this?
I like to imagine it's like old and grouchy, and huge, like almost as big as like as tall as like its back is like to my shoulders, you know.
Yeah, you conjure a spiritual mastiff. And you get to choose if it is a celestial, fey, or fiend.
I would say it's not a fiend. I'm gonna go with a fey.
Okay, yeah, it's kind of like a deep bluish color, spectral almost.
Yeah.
As it kind of walks up to you, as the two of you greet each other for the first time.
Yes.
What are you naming your steed?
I haven't named him yet. I haven't thought that far ahead yet. But he does have keen hearing and smell, which gives him advantage on perception checks that rely on hearing and smell. So,
excellent.
I was gonna post him up at the edge while I think of a name. But I just so far my only image of this steed that I've conjured is grumpy and just like curmudgeon-y.
Perfect. Yeah, you kind of pet your large mastiff as it ducks its head down to receive some pets, and then proceeds to kind of the edge of the line of the hallucinatory terrain. It just kind of lays down and puts his head down.
Yeah, nice. Perfect.
And you begin to think about a name. I saw that Thunder, you also conjured something. You conjured a fae?
Yeah, so I'm drunk now, because I don't really drink alcohol. I normally like drink milk, but like never alcohol. I didn't know it was giving me alcohol, really. And I'm just like, I conjure a fae, and like, because now I'm thinking about life, death, spirituality. So I conjure a fae, and I'm just like, do you know a Largian?
Jesus. The fae is summoned in the form of a does it specify what kind of fae it is?
It just says rating 6 or lower.
Let me
Yeah, like dryads. And...
Yeah, I think it would probably just be a dryad. So you summon a beautifully naturistic dryad creature. She takes the form like this.
My God.
And is kind of a mix of leaves and branches and a humanistic form. And when you ask her that, she stands next to you, and in her stillness, she almost resembles like a tree-like form. But she doesn't really communicate with you. But you can kind of feel the light warmth coming off of her leaves. And I think that would provide you a little bit of comfort.
Yeah, I just been like the rest of the time that I'm like have consciousness to just ask questions about like a Largian. I'm like, is she cool? Like actually?
That's the true response.
picture.
I'm just
Oh
like-
my god.
I'm
Perfect.
just,
Oh, Jesus.
I'm like, what is
That's
she
so
like?
funny.
She's so nice, isn't she?
And the dryad really does not communicate with you, but listens to you as the two of you participate in this odd conversation. The rest of you, and Thunder, you would notice this too. This is going back to the perception check that I asked for. All of you but Fail would notice way off in the distance, kind of almost on the horizon, one of the stone columns, very similar to the rock formation that the group of you were just recently by. This is far off in the distance. You can see a very small light twinkling at the top of it, just kind of radiating outwards, almost like a lighthouse of sorts.
Can we try to insight as to what it might be?
I think it would be too far. I don't think that you... I think whatever you think it might be, your character might think it would be. It's far off to the west of you. That much you know. And it just kind of twinkles like a fire.
Hmm. That could be a bad sign. It could be a Yanti presence.
And how far is it? Would we guess? Like, is it just like pretty far out there?
Yeah, it's just like pretty far. It's kind of hard to tell with all these, with the jungle and whatnot. I mean, I at a more macro level, it's on this map.
Yeah, that could be like 4 or 5 hours away.
Yeah.
I didn't see that. File didn't see that, but File did see, like, you know, a bunch of summoning happening. Like,
Yeah.
2 times in a row. And she'll just kind of abruptly get up from sitting around hanging out and happy and just kind of get real stone faced and be like, okay, y'all just wake me up. I'll take whatever shift that y'all want, and I'll go to my bed.
And I think the group of you would kind of notice this, not cold, short reply, this kind of emotional response as Fael retreats to her tent, kind of abruptly.
Yep, we notice. I will go and like duck into the tent while no one's looking, and be like, "Hey, Fael, what's up?"
What? What do you mean?
Everything good?
No, everything's fine. I just get some sleep and rest and start in the morning.
All right, yeah. It's hopefully going to be productive tomorrow, so want to have our energy.
Okay, y'all wake me up.
Yeah, and no one leaves the camp area other than like to go pee because there are alarms set and I want you to set it off. Don't go out exploring. It'll wake everyone up. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks,
and the
Jim.
group of you begin to settle down for the night.
Yeah, I extinguished the flame. I can just dispel it.
And one last thing I want to mention before y'all went to bed. Y'all are... I have kind of purposely not marked anything on these small maps. No landmarks, no features, nothing. And the idea that y'all can name them if you want. Like if you want to name these rivers. I mean, you're making a map, and it's for y'all's use. So, anything that helps you with a label that you want to name, that I would think of yourselves kind of as explorers almost. And so it can be fun for y'all to name things and reference them later.
Cool rock.
I already named that. It's too late.
Yeah.
Dibs.
In the middle of the night, Thunder, I want for you to roll me a perception check.
You want me to die, huh?
No, you are woken in the middle of the night, to the clanging of like a metal sound, like someone dropped like a jar in the middle, like a pot in the middle of the night in your tent.
Yeah, I definitely open up my eyes and my ears are twitching, trying to find the direction of the sound.
And when you look over, you can see very clearly out of your pack on the ground is one of your daggers.
Is there any light near me?
Mm-mm.
How far away is my dagger?
Maybe a couple feet.
I use mold earth to drag the dagger to me.
And yeah, it kind of rides the dirt, kind of pushing it up over and towards you.
And once it's in my hands, I clench it, and I'm looking around to see if I see anything that might have caused anything to move or drop.
And I want you to roll another perception check for me. And you see, as you kind of scan your tent slowly, you scan the perimeter of it, and it's very hard to see in the dark, but you see something, the
vision.
outline of some. You have dark vision?
Yeah, I have a cat.
Oh, well, then never mind. You just see it. You see like a 6-inch tall little creature. This creature is frozen like this. Its body is entirely black, and it has wild black like hair stemming from it. It really doesn't have a face. If you were to describe its face, it'd be like a little white mask of sorts.
Aww.
And it is perfectly frozen as you look at it.
I'm assuming it's not an animal. Can I do like an insight, a vibe check?
You can do a nature check.
Vibe check.
Vibe check.
Is he cool or is he stealing shit from you?
You said nature?
Yeah.
Gross.
Yeah, you don't think it's you don't think it's an animal. I mean, it looks like a little person.
How many of us are there? How many are in the party? 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So yeah, I still have how many are there?
It's just this one.
Okay, yeah, I offer a good berry. I still have some.
When you do so, you watch as the little creature, all of the little like crazy hair that's flowing off from him, it goes like kind of limp and falls down. And like a small animal, as it's frozen, it slowly lowers its arms. And in a very shocking moment, it leaps forward in a large jump and reaches out for the good berry and grabs it. And this thing is so small, whenever it grabs the good berry, it like almost has to like wrap it around like this.
Aw.
And it pokes its little head out from the other side of the good berry to look at you with its masked face.
Do you speak English? Or common?
It continues to look at you.
And then I also ask in Druidic.
It still continues to look at you. And whenever it kind of like it bobs its head back and forth like this, you hear just a small little chime of bells ring out. Ding ding ding.
Can I help you with anything?
And it slowly takes the good berry and is kind of retreating, like seeing if you're going to take it back.
As I see how he's hesitant, I roll slightly, like, not to scare him, but like I gently roll another one off my palm to let him know, like, hey, I'm not interested in that one. I have this other one. You can take this one too if you're able to carry it. If you have a friend.
And almost as though from you, another ring of bells happens, and appearing just from the darkness, magically, ping, another one appears. And kind of reaches out for the berry.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I give it to him.
And he grabs it, and then tinkles his head, and the bells ring, ding, 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 and it disappears. And it's gone.
So no one's.
There's
they're all
still the
gone,
other
both
one.
of them?
The other one is still left. And
Well, if I'm. Good.
It's slowly going to start to put down the good berry, and is going to slowly walk towards you again.
Okay.
And kind of reaches out his little finger.
Yeah, I drop my dagger. I don't want him to think that I'm going to cause harm, and then I reach my finger out to try to meet him halfway.
And as soon as the two of you kind of make contact, bing, the little creature casts guidance onto you. Grabs the good berry, chinks his head, and disappears.
Hell yeah.
That's so dope.
Hell yeah. Thunder still has his innocence.
Yeah.
Flashes back to Felix and he stabs it.
Awesome.
Yeah, go back to bed.
Okay.
But this time, I put my dagger underneath me.
And nothing wakes you this time. The group of you wake up, you arise, in your first morning in Raptua. You may all take a long rest.
I watched the sunrise.
Different spells.
You watch the sunrise. It's beautiful. In kind of a wild way. You can hear the river running off in the distance. Every now and then, Ventus, you might look to that large fire way off in the distance, and you kind of watch as the light coming from it begins to dwindle due to the sun rising, and it kind of disappears into the light.
Yeah, and that's really what I'm doing when I'm watching the sunset. I want to watch the the village in front of us and the light we saw, and just see. Just make sure nothing's happening.
Yeah, yeah.
Is there any kind of movement or change in the light at all?
No, it doesn't change at all. It's more so that because of the sunrise itself, it just kind of begins to, kind of like stars disappear, as the sun rises. It's kind of like that, like it just kind of fades slightly.
And what color did it burn?
Like an orange. I think that you would be able to put together that it's probably fire.
Right, that's what I was guessing.
Okay, well.
And I guess I'm going to look for any kind of tracks of this 8-legged beast, just to be careful.
Sure, you can roll a perception check.
And we're close to the river. I'll take another drink of my flask and fill it up again.
Sure, yeah, that works.
I also nonchalantly
Did
tell
you say
everyone...
investigation or perception?
Perception. Yeah, no tracks, but I think that you would feel confident, like a creature, at least of the magnitude that was described to you, would probably leave a track, so the fact that you didn't see anything...
I'm super confident. There's no 8-legged beast around here.
I nonchalantly just tell everyone the cool forest people that I saw last night.
Wait, what?
Describe it one more time. Describe that again.
Yeah, there's these, these little guys that came out, and I gave them good berries. They're pretty cool. And do I know they even cast guidance on me?
What do you mean, little guys?
I think you would know.
Okay. Yeah, and then I squat down, and I'm like, yeah, about this tall. Hair.
And he gestures about 6 inches. These things are tiny.
What color were they?
I don't know if they were wearing black clothes or they were just black. They were like shadows, kind of. I think they were trying to steal from me, actually.
I start checking my
see-
stuff.
An evil thing?
Do,
Yeah.
do I
Yeah,
do I
look
notice
around.
anything missing?
Everybody check your supplies.
No.
Now.
No, I think that all your supplies would be accounted for. Oh.
Yeah, I'm gonna shape
Okay.
some water back into my water skin.
Mhm.
And then, whenever Thunder's kind of by himself, I'm gonna like wander over to him and tap him on the shoulder.
Yeah.
Hey, so I'm running kind of low on my ember mold sledge stuff. Are there like plants here that could maybe, like used in that capacity? Because I don't know if we can do this whole trip with what I got left in my pack.
I shout from across the room. Definitely not.
Wait, yo, Hobjoin, I got this for you.
Do you want me to
The
roll
corn feather?
for me to know if I know what that is, David?
Yeah, you can roll.
Would that be survival or would that be nature?
Nature.
I look at the feather and I'm like, I don't want that shit.
Oh, I also got one of these. Without the death stick.
Oh yeah, I also, whenever Ventus offers me a death stick, I pull one out from my robe and I'm like, this is for like a rainy day. I'm holding one that I got from Morkesh.
I tossed this one to him, and I just say, "I'm immune to poison. I can't use this."
Do I know what it is, David?
Yeah, you would know, Thunder, that there's like a special kind of like tobacco-like plant that that grows, and it's not where it would be like this this deep in the forest. Like if y'all could get maybe a little closer to the landscape, the environment that you grew up in, which is less jungly and a little more like plainy, that there's some good tobacco out there.
I know exactly where to find some of that.
Okay.
And I guess I'll
I have
save
some
my spell
for
until we're
now.
closer to the area.
And I have the cheaper shit too, but tastes
Man,
like
that shit
shit.
burns. Gives me a cough.
Yeah, it tastes pretty bad.
And I'm like, what do you mean? Pretty smooth. And I'm like,
It's called Shadow Sludge.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Let me put some of that in my
It's
lungs.
like this really common mold that grows around Von Rieg that you can smoke.
I literally have to fucking cough up a fucking hairball. It's so smooth.
So smooth. This is great.
Y'all got any? What are y'all thinking? You got any plans as far as approaching this little village?
I could go in stealth and kind of scout it first if y'all want.
I mean, we could all get close, right? I'm not talking about you going by yourself.
Talk about doing the surveying part?
Yeah. Well, no.
This village.
No, this village. We've already seen it.
Yeah, we gotta check out the houses and stuff.
Yeah, we gotta check out, see are there people living there or what's going on? Like it was supposed to be abandoned, right? So, but still proceed with caution, all right?
Definitely. Looking for any kind of signs of Yanti.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is that you actually going?
Yeah, I think we just.
Okay.
I think so.
Yeah, definitely filling up waters and
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
do it.
camp, and doing all the goods.
Yeah, y'all can all recharge your water skins as you go to the large river.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast Goodberry again, and then in case anybody wants it, I'll give them all one. But as I still do like the 2-second delay, which are you, just to make sure if he wants it or not.
Yes, I do want a good berry. Thank you so much.
No problem.
And the group of you press forward to the village. As you get closer to the village, maybe 100 yards out or so, I would like all of you to roll me again perception checks. I know there's a lot of perception checks, but there's a lot to see.
I'm so bad at these.
David, I'm walking around with my
Sorry.
eyes wide open. Okay.
That's stunk. Wow.
Huge.
That's still pretty good.
And all of you, except for Halbjorn, would be able to see that, including you, File, would be able to see that this village, is not abandoned. There is definitely activity at it. There is movement. You can see the tall humanoid-like creatures kind of moving around it and at the base of it. Remember, it's kind of stilted over the water, and there are humanoids kind of walking through the water. You don't think that they're 1T. They have long legs, but I don't think you'd be able to recognize really what kind of humanoid they are.
Vibe check.
The vibes are odd. This subverts expectations.
Sorry, what did the creatures look like?
You're at a distance where you can't really tell, but you can tell that they have long legs. So not 1T.
Okay, that changes things, right? Like,
Yeah, it definitely changes things.
Yeah,
And we don't want to piss them off either.
Yeah,
Do they look hostile?
Like, look, here's the deal. Yeah, like magic little black guys in the night, we're fine. Evidently, you know they might be thieves. Who cares?
They're
Looking
cool.
at Jen. I look at Jen like,
Yes,
what
yeah,
happened?
some things are cool.
What did I do?
Well, Jen, come on. But anyways, and then yeah, maybe these guys, right? Like,
Maybe they're related somehow.
well, I'm saying, let's check this out.
Do you want to approach them? Should we like put away our weapons?
Maybe we should just observe them
Have
for
we been
now.
wearing our hats this whole time? Out of
Do we look
game?
like dwarves?
I like to think
that you weren't.
Yeah, I like to think out of when we got out of the city, we stopped, but we could put them back on for this if we think it'll help.
I don't know if it will help, right?
I don't think it's a bad idea because it wouldn't be. It's more or less suspicious for a group of Yanti to interact with them than a group of humans and whatever else.
Yeah, well, and like back to the the little black dudes and Thunder, right? Thunder, and
What?
we all know you because he was great. That y'all live here, y'all lived here, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like, y'all were,
Yeah.
So it's like everybody's. Yeah,
That's a good point. I've never even seen these guys or heard of these individuals.
No. And I think that Thunder, that would kind of give you, by proxy, a bit of information of where in Rep 2 you are, right? Rep 2 is a big place. And so if you're running across a lot of things that you have never seen, this probably doesn't feel like Tabaxi country. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Thunder, didn't you never leave your tribe and you stayed in your same lands your entire life?
Yeah, I totally studied our continent. I thought all we had was this continent, so I studied everything about this land.
That's why it's so shocked.
Without any maps or modern technology?
History check.
Yeah.
7.
You know your area really well because
I
you
know
only went,
everything.
a square mile from your tribe.
I know everything from the back of my palm.
my point. My
did I get
point
there?
wasn't. Okay, my point wasn't that Thunder, you would know what's going on here. Is that there's there's plenty of species that are not evil here, right? Like I remember you telling me a story.
Yes, yeah. I'm not saying we attack these guys. I was just saying it might make sense for us to use the Yanti heads.
Guys, Rep 2 is a safe country.
And the only thing with using the
Inhabited
hats
by
though
the
is-
ones that are currently trying to take over the entire Malnova. Yeah.
I think of Momoa.
I mean, lizard folk aren't safe.
Yeah, I mean, but my thought is even they might not like us, but we'll prove to be not dicks. And then if any other Yanti come and ask these people if any passerbys came by, they just say Yanti, not the Diamond Dragon.
Yeah, we could be like defectors or something, right? Like we're Yanti, but we're not in on the whole If they don't like Yantu, we could pivot. That's all I'm saying. Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah, that's everybody. Are we just gonna walk in here 7 deep? What are
We
doing?
could just put our weapons away and show we come in peace.
Decision. Yeah. No.
I mean, I feel like we should observe them just a little bit, just to see what they're actually up to, before we just walk up on them.
Well, I got no abilities to be stealthy or nothing like that. Get close, so I'll hold back with
But it's up to y'all. I'm down with majority. Oh yeah, we have eyeballs. You're muted, Jacob.
I cast Arcane Eye and send it, and it's invisible, so I send it into the little camp, and I'm just relaying information back to everybody.
What do we see?
So it's just an invisible thing. I can just keep moving it forward.
Yeah, I'm guessing that y'all are moving forward too, since it's only 30 feet.
Yeah, we're gonna get as close as we can without.
No, the eye has a vision of 30 feet. There's no limit to how far away from the eye you can move.
So he's sending the
eyeball has to be 30 feet.
I see, and as an action, you can move the eye up to 30 feet in any direction, but out of combat,
so
you just...
so I'm just sending it into the camp.
Gotcha, you just keep pushing it forward and forward.
And it can fit through, like, a 1-inch gap, so, like, if there's a door that's closed, but it has, like, an inch gap underneath it, I can just shoot the eye underneath that and go inside the room.
Okay, yeah, after a couple minutes, you kind of push this eye far enough forward, and it sits now kind of in the center of this little reed village. It's pretty in a way. Like I said, most of the buildings sit on the water, suspended by large stilts. I think what would take you more off guard, first you, Halbjorn, and then everyone, is what inhabits this town, this village. They are large, and when I say large, they're probably 6.5 feet tall. Stork folk.
What? Oh,
what?
Nice.
They are walking around, and I'm sorry, they are actually they're 8 feet tall. As they are moving around in the water kind of below their buildings. They're talking to one another in a language that you don't understand, Halbjorn. As they kind of snip at each other with their large beaks. You can see that some of them are fishing. I mean, it's like a small community of these storkmen. As they are just kind of living a life, you know?
Are there stork women too?
I think that you would be unsure of how to distinguish them sexually. They're... Yeah, you don't know. At least not visually. But, I mean, what they're doing is rather mundane. There's nothing, like, spicy about what your eye is seeing. You know what I mean? They're just kind of milling about day to day. I think that you would be able to clearly see that there is, like, a large reed building that serves as, like a mayoral chamber of some sort, like a longhouse. There appears to be, like, a kind of a patriarch type stork that's a little bit bigger than the rest that isn't working. Kind of all of the, I think, not necessarily uncommon signifiers of a small community.
Who?
Are they friendly?
Do I know any Stork Aarakocra people?
You do not. These seem very... Well, I'm assuming that Halbjorn kind of extends this information to all of you. I think, Ventus, you would be able to know this from seeing them. They're very clearly not Aarakocra.
Interesting.
Are they like distant cousins of yours?
I don't know. I've never seen people like that, I guess.
Well, I'd never seen people like you until I saw you, so...
Maybe this is like you're from Idahar. This is the Reptune version of you.
Yeah, maybe I think you should approach them, Ventus.
Yeah, no hat.
Yeah,
Straight
take
up.
off the head. Just try to
Oh,
explain
and you can
things.
speak any language in the world, so
I can. I can understand any language.
and you can speak it.
Yeah, I say we hold back.
Pretty sure the
But
tongue
we,
of tongue of the
but we
wind.
could, we'll see, right? Don't get deep in there, and
You just can't read
we'll
and write
be.
it, but you can speak it. Tongue
Sure.
of
I'll
sun.
take off the disguise, and I'll like approach the storks.
Yeah, you approach the storks. The storks are honestly quite scary. They are 8 feet tall and tower over you.
I fly
Ventus.
to them and I fly above them.
And you can see that they're all kind of looking up at you, and kind of opening their wings slightly and flapping them, kind of like in a display, like not like aggression, but a little like kind of showing that they see you, right? Until one of them finally kind of yells at you, in a language that you don't.
I do
think
understand.
You understand. I think you would know that you don't know it, right? They're not yelling at you like in common. You understand them, but it's not a language that you, without this ability, would be able to speak. Does that make sense?
Okay, gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah. And so one of them yells out at you, "Small bird, what are you doing?"
And then as I communicate with them, I want to like talk into my stone, talking to the rest of the team, just so they can like hear the conversation. Hello, I'm a traveler in these lands.
And a small group of these stork folk are beginning to kind of gather below you, as they're looking up at you. Most of them are standing actually in the water themselves. And the same stork yells back, "And why are you here?"
I'm just passing by. What are you doing here?
"Well, this is our village."
Interesting. Like what are you doing specifically right here?
And the storks are all kind of looking at each other in confusion. We exist here. It's a great fishing ground.
I heard there was a large creature over here. Is that true?
And what appears to be kind of the tallest, maybe most decorative stork folk begins to walk forward and addresses you.
I meant an 8-legged creature, not a whatever
This
you
is
are.
no place for a conversation. Would you light down so we may speak?
And I slowly like let down, but like I keep my distance so I don't.
Sure.
And am I going down into the water, or is there like a?
There's structure that's not in the water, but
Okay, I'll like perch up on like a post or something.
Sure. And with you perched on one of their posts that connects to their reed buildings, they're almost as tall as you are. And they slowly begin to walk slightly forward. You are not a stork.
I'm not. My name is Ventus. I come from a faraway continent.
And what brings you to Raptua?
Like I said, I'm just a traveler. I'm just taken to the skies, you know? And I smile at them, thinking like they can also fly. I don't know if they can fly. Like they understand.
And the stork kind of bows his head and says, "My name is Tinto. Do you travel alone, Ventus?"
I do. I just
and you
heard
travel
of
with no things. He kind of
do
looks
not.
like around your corner. No valuables.
I'm a capable bird.
I see. And so what have you to do with us?
Well, like I said, I heard of a rumor of a large 8-legged creature, and I was hoping to find that somewhere.
And when you say that, there's kind of squabble that erupts out between all the cranes. You wish to seek out the creature?
Is it a scary creature? Should I be scared?
Yes, you should be scared.
Can you tell me more about this creature?
More squabbling. This
What's
creature.
What's so scary about it?
Many of our different peoples in this area have different names for it. But we all fear it. We used to have another village, similar to this, further up the river. But it was too close to the creature. It began to destroy our buildings as a show of force. It doesn't allow anything to go up the river, closer to its origin.
What do you call this creature?
Well, an odd language we have... And that's when he pauses. How do you speak our language?
Like I said, Mr. Stork person, I'm a capable bird. I'm very well traveled.
A little more like chatter kind of pokes out from the storks as he quiets them. Well, we call the creature Idris Bleh. It's not a creative name. You called us Stork folk. Our name for ourselves is the Iblis.
The Iblis.
And so the Iblis Dua, it just simply means stork eater.
Oh.
But most creatures of these jungles have their own names for the creature. The Wanti have their name, the lizard folk theirs, the Grung, the Terra folk. We all know of the creature. It's been here for a very long time.
Do you know of the creature's location?
The chatter kind of dies. We know roughly, but we have long since tried seeking it out. The creature has been in its rough location for as long as the Ibris have been here on this river, which is to say hundreds of years.
Could you point me in the right direction?
And you can see the Ibris kind of exchange glances with one another cautiously. Simply follow the river upstream. At a certain point, the trees no longer grow. The earth no longer holds nutrients, and the water no longer carries fish. This creature does not allow any living thing within its proximity.
So you'd say it's a big problem over here, that creature?
We have learned to live with it. Like I said, several centuries, at least as far as the Ibris know, possibly longer for other races that trace lineages farther, like the turtle. Might even be able to track it longer. So the creature is not aggressive if you stay out of its little area. So we have simply learned we do not go upriver.
Interesting. Well, thank you for the information. I'm sorry, what was your name again?
Tento.
Tento. I appreciate the knowledge. I start flying away, just like totally ignoring.
Wait!
I stop and I turn back.
Won't you join us for dinner? We will prepare a feast for you.
I'm okay, Tento. I'm a busy traveler, but I appreciate the information. And then I give him a feather. I pluck a feather out of my like my wing, and I give it to him as just like a thank you.
And
I start flying away.
As you turn to provide this feather, I want for you to roll me a perception check as you get a better view of their little village.
Boom.
Wow. Yeah, as you begin to kind of fly away, or I'm sorry, as you approach them and their little village, you can see a little bit better of kind of how their whole little setup is constructed. And it appears as though like kind of like a circled village, right? Where there are a series of reed buildings that form a large circle, and in the center is the large longhouse that you kind of assume belongs to Tinto. And carved into kind of above the awning of Tinto's longhouse is the only stone structure you see out of this entire village, which is why it kind of strikes you. It's unique. And what you see is this. Wait for it to load. And it just catches your eye. That's all.
And this is in the middle of the
right
building?
It's certainly
Or
like
the-
kind of like above the threshold to enter the longhouse.
Gotcha. Interesting. Okay, yeah. I give them the feather and I just start flying back to the team.
And I want you to roll one last insight check for me as you provide this feather to him. Tinto takes the feather, but I think maybe because you are an Aarakocra, their emotions might be hard to read, their expressions, but you can kind of feel the coldness from Tinto as he takes the feather. He's not happy with you. And then you fly away.
Oh shit!
And waiting for you maybe 100 yards out is are your friends.
Yeah, Halvjorn's book has like a fully drawn out story because during this time he's like drawing pictures of stuff, what their houses look like.
Okay.
He's peering back into his little eye and then drawing it.
Yeah, as soon as I land, I just get right to business. All right, guys. I talked to the big bird guy. His name is Tento. And he said that the eight-legged creature, we can find it if we keep following the river until there's no like life or something like that. He seems friendly, but when I left, he seemed kind of mad at me. But
The eight-legged creature seems friendly?
no. The Tento seems Tento seems friendly, but he seemed kind of mad.
He's the leader or something?
He's the big one I was talking to.
Good one. Okay.
Yeah.
And so up north on the river.
I told him I was alone, so
that's probably good.
Yeah.
You said he was mad at you?
He seemed a little mad when I left, but I told him I was busy. He wanted to treat me to dinner. I thought that was or food. I just thought that was going to take too much time.
Yeah, good call.
And with that little conclusion, we'll end our session.
Oh shit! Dude, the stork folk better not turn on me. They better not rat
They're
around
plotting
here.
something.
Dude, they better.
I don't want to kill a stork, folks.
I know, man. I don't want to kill them here. Dude,
They're giant.
Hey, they probably got some cool skills though too.
They're suspicious.
Awesome, David. That was great.
Good night, everybody.
I was not expecting the stork folk.
Y'all's reaction.
This is where babies
Say
come
good night.
Good night.
Bye, David.
This hex dread.
Good night, guys.
Bye, all.
Good night.
Peace out.